Welcome to the Valley Today, a public service presentation of KAIL-TV. Preserving one's culture gives us an identity and ties us to the country that we've left to form a new life in the new world. The Sikhs have done just that by passing their culture to the next generation. Join us as we visit with Gurdeep Shergill and the Central Valley Sikhs, up next on the Valley Today.
Well, welcome to the Valley Today, and we have the distinct pleasure of being with Gurdeep Shergill, a good friend of mine from the Indian community in Fresno, and we're here specifically to talk to Gurdeep. Hello there.
Hi,
nice
Charles.
to see you again.
Very nice to see you. Thank
Last
you.
time we were together, we were in the temple.
Yes.
And I enjoyed that thoroughly, and I think it opened up a lot of people's perceptions of the culture you have here, and it cleared a lot of things up.
Yes.
And I'm going to ask you a couple of questions right off the bat so we can kind of catch up where we left off. Approximately how many people in the Central Valley can call the Punjab region home?
We have approximately over 50,000 people. I'm talking about the whole Fresno County, 50 to 60,000 plus people who reside in the Fresno County, and they love it here because the weather, the agriculture is pretty similar back home.
I remember you saying that the area of Punjab is very similar to the Central San Joaquin Valley.
Yes.
And you also gave me a statistic on how many people of your origin are in California, and I was quite surprised at the number of that. Could you tell me that again?
Yeah, that's approximately, it's over 500,000 plus growing.
Growing.
Yeah.
And so you have a large base of population perhaps in the San Jose area?
Yes, Bay Area, Central Valley, and then Bakersfield, Los Angeles. So they're they're everywhere in the major cities.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, that brings me, we have a connection now because we've done one show together.
Yes.
and we did a good job of it, I think. And now we're here with another subject that I caught my eye in the Fresno Bee again.
Yes.
And it talks about youth programs.
Yeah.
Now, because of the numbers of people that you mentioned, obviously you have young people that you have to keep entertained or involved in the culture so they don't forget it.
Right.
Assimilation is a wonderful thing in America, but it sometimes leads to forgetting your roots.
Right.
And you don't want them to do that.
No,
you
we
want to keep them involved.
Exactly. I mean, our main focus is America is a very diverse country, and the more we bring to it, the better it is, because we grow more, we learn more. For example, in Europe, they speak 5 languages.
Yes,
I mean, I think we can do that in America as well.
We probably could. A lot of emphasis is not put on that, but yes, you're right. My cousins are Swiss,
Right.
and they all speak French, Swiss, German, Italian, and Spanish.
Right.
Well, very good. And I presume that you're teaching your younger generation as much as you possibly can. And in fact, today we are talking about a group of more than 400 children that are being taught to dance.
Yes.
Now, tell us where we are currently. Where are we?
Right now we're at the Sikh temple on Dakota and Fresno Street, and this is a ground of the Punjabi school. I mean, they have a Punjabi school here, and they have pretty much donated this ground to us for at least 2 weeks, so we could bring our kids here and they could practice Bhangra. It's dance, and this is all organized by a non-profit GIG Sangeet and Dance Academy, and this is all free. We don't charge any kid or any parent a dime. Anybody could come in here and learn, free food, free entertainment, and also they get to learn about Sikhism as well. And they also get to learn about our Sikh history and Sikhs in America as well.
Yeah, so this isn't exactly a temple, it's a school then, more so.
Yeah, actually it's a temple on one side and school on the other side.
Got
Yes.
that. Yeah, that's very traditional amongst all religions,
Yeah.
incorporating school with the worship center.
Right.
All right, you got 400 kids, and I imagine this has been a labor of love for you because you love to work with the children. You're a teacher.
Yes.
Again, I have to remind everybody at Central.
Yes, of course.
Last time I mistaken him for a Fresno State student, but we got that clarified. And so you wrap yourself around the youth. You have some assistance here from this gentleman here,
Yes.
and others that are here. I see the elders are here preparing the food.
Right.
And the whole purpose is to ingratiate the children into the culture of the dance. Can you explain more about the dance and perhaps how you got this idea to do this, and more about your getting permission to use the facilities here?
Pretty much, we're a group of volunteers. Sukhpreet is standing with me, his father, Paramjit Tariwal, and we have a lot of volunteers, up to about 20 to 25 volunteers who dedicate their time into this program. I mean, they want to help kids, they want to unite our community, And they want to be role models because most of our volunteers are either they own businesses, or they're into trucking business, or they're into a medical field, into law, into education. So pretty much we want to show our youth that, look, you can be very successful, you can stay off the street. And our main focus for GIG Sangeeta Dance Academy is say no to drugs and no to alcohol as well. We try to teach our kids that you need to stay clean and be a productive citizen of this world. And then we also teach them that this country has given us a lot of opportunities and we need to appreciate it and take it to the next level.
And I believe you are with these kinds of endeavors. You're giving up a lot of personal time. I know that school's out, but you're never without something to do, I'm sure.
Exactly.
And involving 400 kids on short notice to put this all together must have been quite an undertaking.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's fun because when we see all the kids dancing. In fact, we have Dr. Johal. He taught back in India, in Punjab, for about 40 plus years. He was a professor. So he comes here from Canada, from Calgary, Canada, and he teaches all the kids because he taught Bhangra while he was a professor for almost 40 years. So kids are learning from him. And then we have a lot of volunteers who are dedicating their time. And we have to remember, this is a free event. We don't charge kids anything. And they just come here, they get to dance. We put them in groups. And then our big event is coming up this Saturday on the 27th, July 27th, and where we will have about 400 plus kids from this camp. We have about 100 plus kids coming from Canada and also from around the States.
That was my next question. Are you open to everybody in your your 500,000 people in California and your 50,000 in the Valley? It's open to the whole state to come to this?
Exactly. We open it up to everybody. I mean, we have a lot of applicants from Canada. We have a team coming from North Carolina, from other parts of the states. Also, we have a local team. Yeah, it's open up to everybody.
Do you have a competition that's involved in this? And is it potentially the only one of its kind in California right now, or are there others in the planning or development, say in the San Jose or the Bay Area?
There are a lot of Bhangra and Gidda competitions for older kids that's over 18. But this, for the GIG Sangeeta Dance Academy, our organization, we're the only one right now in California that organizes it for kids who are under 18, who are pretty much, they're becoming adults, but they're still kids, or we could say teenagers. So they're so we wanna get them attached to the culture, to the language, and to a very positive attitude, so they could be successful.
Well, Gurdeep, I have to say congratulations to you. You're a bit of a trendsetter here. You'd think that the Bay Area folks would have something before the Valley would, and yet you're beating them to the punch on something that's very important to your culture. Yeah. And so, centrally located, I guess, helps a little bit too for the transportation of the students.
Yes, it does. The thing is, we have a big community here, and we have big supporters. I mean, this thing costs over $40,000. Like, we usually spend over $40,000 to $50,000 just for this event, and it all comes from sponsorship, donations, parents. They wanna support. They see what we do. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, we are the first one like this. And then, and I know once they see us on TV or hear us on the radio or see our flyers, and they want to do the same thing. But we are in Fresno is the trend starter, so we are starting something good for the community.
Very good. Now, did the kids at this school get first shot at enrollment, or is there a hierarchy of order of how you choose the students, or is it you just take whomever you can get?
Pretty much, it's open to public. I mean, anybody who walks into this door, they could come here and register. And then pretty much we teach them the steps, and then we put them into groups. Like all the kids who are 5 to 8, they get put together. All the kids from like 8 to 12, they are put together into a group, or 12 and 16 and so on. So yeah, they are put into groups, but there is no limit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the only limit would be your facility
Exactly.
size.
Yes.
And yeah. I'm sure you're probably, knowing you're working on something bigger and better all the time.
Yeah, actually we are. I think next year we will be moving this to the new Gurdwara, the new Sikh temple. They are building on 99 and Shaw Avenue.
And I hope to get a shot at looking at that someday. Thank you very much. I was going to say that with the dance, with the food, and anyone's welcome.
Yes.
This is a dance class for all of Fresno if they wanted to
Exactly.
participate.
Oh yeah, I mean, if anybody wants to come in, check us out, and see what we do, they should definitely come in.
Now, I know that the Indian people traditionally love entertainment.
Right.
Forgive me for mentioning Bollywood. I'm
Yeah.
sure you've heard that term before.
Yes, I have,
And,
yeah.
very ornate costumes, very intricate dance moves, lots of singing and so forth. Is that a part of this dance curriculum? Some other moves just besides the dance? Are there spoken words, or is it just physical dancing?
Pretty much Bollywood has taken a lot of dancing from the Punjabi culture, because Punjab is an Indian state. So a lot of this, what you see here, you'll see it in the Bollywood videos.
Okay.
So pretty much, yeah, it's related, but it's all what we do. Any video you watch, any film you watch, any movie you watch, you will see Bhangra in there. They say if the Bhangra is not in there, the movie won't be successful.
I believe it. Now, any age group that you start at with the children and go up to a certain age? Because you said anybody could join. That means I could come in here and learn how to dance if I wanted to.
Yeah, well, pretty much
Believe me, I have 2 left feet, so I'm not going to do that.
Well, actually, our age limit is anywhere from 4 years all the way up to 18. Okay. And if there is an adult who wants to learn, we do have a practice for them as well.
All right.
So I do see our adults practice after all the kids are done and they're about to go home. Our adults, they practice dancing too.
Now you started this. It only hit the papers about a week ago, and you're only doing this course for about 2, maybe 3 weeks total?
It's about 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about 2 weeks, because we teach them our dance here. And then on this Friday, we will have a picnic at the Roding Park where they will kind of rehearse on the stage. And then on the weekend, on Saturday, they will do the real dance where they get to dress up nicely. And we are expecting over 5,000 people showing up from all over Fresno, all over America and Canada. We'll have a lot of Canadians also.
Very good. Well, Bob's been giving me the cue to cut back on this first segment, so we'll have to do that. And I just want to say thank you for having us over here. We're going to continue on segment 2 with some actual dancers and music.
Yes.
You can probably hear it in the background right now.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to that, and we'll pick up again. So thank you for
Charles,
segment 1.
thank you very much. And
we'll
once
see
again,
some dancing in segment 2. Thank you very much.
And always we want to thank Channel 53, KAIL, and also and Channel 53 is all over the place.
Yes, it is.
I mean, a lot of channels, but I remember watching it as a kid. So thank you.
You're
thank
welcome.
you very much, and I still watch it.
53 on most of the services that deliver it. Channel 7 on the over-the-air delivery.
Yeah.
Thank you, and we'll be back shortly. All right, we're back again with Gurdeep Shargil, and we're talking about Indian dance. Now, Gurdeep,
Yes.
Again, when did this program start? And most recently, when did it start this year? And when does it conclude?
We pretty much started July 17th, and then it's gonna end on July 27th. So it's about a 2 weeks program.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then do you go to a regional or national competition at some point, or is that the end of the program? Are you going to load up everybody and go somewhere and participate, or?
Pretty much Fresno is the regional, because our first prize is about $3,000.
Oh my.
So, and the second prize is about 2,000, then it goes down to 1,500,000 or so on. So this is the competition, but we are making up a team that would go into nationals, even international.
Well, naturally, Gurdeep, when this show airs, we're going to be beyond this particular year.
Yes.
So I would say that you'd want to invite people for next year on this.
Yes. So pretty much we do this on the second or third week of July every year, and then our program is every July at the end of July. So we want to request all the viewers, everybody, to please come in and join us.
All right, and I understand we have a gentleman from Canada here, as
Yes.
far away as from Canada,
Yeah.
to participate in this dance troupe, I'll call it.
Yes.
And would you like to ask him a question? Perhaps we could get some input from him.
Yes, definitely. We have Dr. Johal here, and he's been in the education system for about 40 plus years, and he comes here and he does this for the kids for free. So Dr. Johal, first of all, welcome.
Thank you very much, Gurdeep.
And what I want to ask you is that give us a little bit of a background about Bhangra. How is this related to our culture?
Actually, this is Punjabi folk dance, the northwest part of the India. And actually, as there is Thanksgiving ceremony in the North America, it is related to the farmer, agrarian community. And the earliest time, ancient time, the people who after harvest, they used to thank the gods. And there is a special month of April, the 13th of April. They start like they go to the rivers, they go to the village fairs, and then they have big drums. Then they used to do very thrilling beats, very vigorous beats on the drum. They make circles. They started this overjoying, like rejoicing, like harvesting. They were feeling free, and they started this Punjabi folk dance. This is now called Bhangra these days. And slowly the society was transformed, and slowly the political impact of the invaders, all these things, they changed the habit of the people. They became more brave, more vigorous, more hardworking, and the speed was entered into the Punjabi folk dance. They started very fast beats, they started regional beats, and slowly they composed it into one choreography. And then it was transformed to the like modern Bhangra dance. All beats, all regional dances, they were all collaborated in one composition. So now the technology is more used to enhance the interaction of the moves,
Yes.
and interaction between the different teams on YouTube, internet. The youth, they make copy of each other, they learn from each other, and now it's expanding very fast in the world. So that's what we do in Fresno. We are teaching the kids from the right young age, like 4 or 5 years age. And we are building them to high school level. For the last 4 or 5 years, we are doing this job. And now the kids are getting more like the group identity.
Oh, okay.
They are
Very
getting
good.
the sense of belonging like a team.
So it sounds to me like this dance is a dance of celebration of accomplishments.
Yes.
Of the bounty of the land and the freedom.
It's
and-
celebrating their achievements in the fields.
Okay.
But now they are celebrating on every festive occasion.
Yes.
They meet together on one platform, and then they do Bhangra everywhere. Now it becomes global factor now.
Now, how did you find out about this? Did Gurdeep give you a phone call up in Canada, or did you?
Yeah, Gurdeep and his friend Paramjit Aliwal, the president of the academy. So Paramjit Aliwal, the president, is my student from India.
Oh well,
For the last 30 years, he is in touch with me. And Gurdeep, he also entered this academy like 4 or 5 years back.
Yes.
And both of them, they work so hard that every year they call me from Calgary for 2 weeks. And then we discuss, we plan, and we organize, we select the team, then we work on them. Then on the last day, there's the International Punjabi Folk Dance Festival on the last day. So the teams from Canada, from LA, from Toronto, they all come together, and there's very thrilling competition at the end of the festival.
All right. Very good.
This is our achievement. Like that.
Thank you. Well, Gurdeep, it sounds like people travel from a long ways away, and I'm glad to see he's here in this heat.
Yes.
From Canada, it's not 104 today up there, I'm
No,
sure.
it's not. But he's we're very fortunate to have him, because I have seen our kids. We have some kids who didn't even know anything about Bhangra. They knew nothing, and now I look at them, they're like, wow. They have already graduated to like 2nd grade. They were like pre-kindergarten before, now they're like 2nd graders, just in a week and a half.
I see you have an actual instructor here now. Now, this gentleman I'm going to talk to next, he's the coach.
Yes.
And he knows the dance moves.
Yes.
The ones that you learned when you were younger.
Exactly,
correct?
right.
Okay. So I'd like to have you introduce him, and I'll put the microphone on him now.
Yes. Now we have Sukhpreet Aliwal, and he is also a volunteer, and he prepare our kids for the competition type Bhangra. So.
All right. And so how is it rounding up 400 kids every day?
It can be a little stressful, but at the end of the day, you're seeing them dance, and they're all interacting with each other, playing and talking. It's a good feeling.
When I first got here, I saw a group that was having some choreography, and they were all moving in a similar fashion. There must have been about 15 people out there.
Yeah.
So it's a very beautiful, majestic, soft moving kind of a dance. Does it pick up the pace at some point, or is it a continuous?
Yeah, the speeds are very, it can be voracious. It starts off maybe slow at one point, and all of a sudden it starts going slower to faster, and then back to slow. But yeah.
And how long have you been involved in coordinating dance moves?
I've been coaching about for 5-6 years now, but I've been dancing since I was a little kid, 4 or 5. As Professor mentioned, Paramjit Aliwal, that's my father.
Okay.
So, you know, when I was a little kid, you know, I probably learned Bhangra before I started walking myself. So, but yeah, we've been doing this for 4 or 5 years, and as Gurdeep mentioned, that we're having a competition after the show on Saturday, on July 27th. And we got teams from New York, all over the States, Canada, Vancouver, Toronto coming down. First place, like you said, is 3,000, you know, 2,000, 1,000. So it's a big show. We're gonna have about 5,000-6,000 people there. Free show, free event. So.
Yeah, well, I'm so glad to have this opportunity to interview you. Give yourself a plug for where you work normally. You're a teacher, so you get along with students, don't you?
Oh yeah. I help out coaching out of basketball here at Clovis High and Clark and stuff like that
very
as well.
Good.
So.
All right, so you and Gurdeep maybe see each other on the court occasionally.
Yeah,
All right.
Central versus Clovis.
Yeah, there you go. A little rivalry going here. Well, you know, we're going to get some footage of dancers and so forth, and certainly you'll be the instructor who has the moves for us. And I just want to say what a wonderful opportunity it is to see this rich culture evolve like this. And as I said, we won't be able to plug you this year because this show will air sometime in late August, early September.
Okay.
But obviously we want to know about websites and addresses and phone numbers of the future so that we can look forward to next July.
Definitely, and in fact, our viewers can give us a call at 559-349-1481, 349-1481, and also they can log on to our website, that is www.gurdeepshergill.com, and there is a GIG page in there with all the updates and the pictures.
Very good. Now, in the dance, girls, boys, everybody's together?
Yeah, we have just boy teams, which is traditionally called Bhangra, and then we have girl teams as well, which is called Gidda, and then we do co-ed teams as well for students that want to learn co-ed as well. So it depends on what the students want to learn.
And I imagine these dances are hundreds of years old.
Oh yeah, they go back to Professor was saying back when farmers used to, you know, harvest and stuff like that.
Yeah. So again, prior to India being its own independent sovereign nation and so forth, this stuff had been going on for 1,000 years or so.
Thousands of years.
In fact, they started this back during the Indus River time. I mean, that's thousands and thousands of, when there was an Indus River in India.
Yes.
So, I mean, that's a long time ago.
Say that again. What is it?
Indus River?
Indus River.
Indus River, yeah.
Okay, and that means?
That it was a river, and then people...
Oh, the Indus River.
Indus River,
All
yes.
right, I got it.
And then people, in fact, they lived close to it, they farmed there, and then they danced, and they celebrated. It's part of the unity, it's part of exercising, it's part of being physically fit.
Very good. Well, again, you have a part in keeping the kids fit and encouraging nutritional values and things so that they can maintain the dance. Because this, from what I've seen, it can pick up the pace and it can be very exhilarating.
It can be very tiring as well.
And in 104-degree weather, I mean, you got to keep hydrated too.
But we have fans going. If you look around, have mist going.
Yeah, I noticed that your facility here is very user friendly. You have misters, and once you get underneath one of those tents and start dancing, you really don't feel it. I would imagine.
Yeah, exactly. Once you hear the music and stuff, you know, you start to pick up and enjoy it.
Sure. Now, traditional musics.
Yes.
All right.
It'll be all Punjabi music, especially on Tol. Tol is a Punjabi word for drum.
All right.
Yeah, that's what you've been hearing on the background.
I've heard the drums. Any strings or anything like that? Any other instruments? Just mostly drums?
It'll be drums. It'll be little bass, and then they'll also have other instruments, traditional instruments. For example, little violin in there, flutes, and so on. So it'll be pretty diverse, but mostly the drum is gonna be the powerful one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. And have you had a full capacity pretty much through this whole process these last couple of weeks you've been here, or has it been growing slowly and you're finally hitting your full stride today?
Yeah, the last few days we probably had our most, but every year we've been getting more and more kids. I remember from the first year we had it was maybe like 100, 150, and this year is 400. So
very good.
Next year is probably going to be more. So.
Well, Gurdeep, once again, I got to give you an opportunity to give you a plug for this because you're doing such good stuff for your community, and it really benefits all of Fresno and the Valley. Because with the values you're teaching your children and the ethics they can pick up from this, it's wonderful. Can you give us that phone number and website again?
Sure, it's they could call us at 559-349-1481, or they can check out our website, gurdeepshergill.com, and there is a special dedicated page for GIG.
Very good. Yeah. Well, thank you very much, sir. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Gurdeep,
thank you,
as always, we'll do something again sometime.
Thank you. Definitely.
And thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you. This has been The Valley Today, and I hope you enjoy the show. Thank you.